Okay, so today we are going to talk about topic which is quite important in the period of time that we are living, because as I was saying in the previous videos, we're living in the split of the whole population, so we can kind of see two groups, population dividing into two groups, two polarities, either the high frequency or low frequency, or at least I can see it all around me this way. These two groups going to extreme polarities, either to the high frequencies or low frequencies. Many times we can feel it also a little bit as attacks on us, or as something that is disagreeable, that we kind of like feel we don't want to be in that company of people, because we get like crash either with opinions, vibration, we just basically don't feel good in that environment. So it's happening all around us, and that's why I decided to talk about how to set up healthy barriers, or in which case we really need to set up a healthy barriers. A part of the splits, the population and split, like division of the whole population, we also living a very turbulent period of time, and the energies are kind of quite turbulent on the global scale as well. And we have in the many also astrological events like solar activities and different kind of astral activities that might irritate people or make them lower their frequency or more tired, and that might cause even more conflict. So um, just really feel that because we kind of like surrounded by the tension, we can see the tension in the air, and we can really feel it all around in people. So it's really good to be able to set up healthy barriers. Also, I didn't mention, but it's true. There are lots of light workers that being attacked. There are lots of psychic attacks and physical attacks, just attacks on the light workers. They're coming up with telling the truth and expressing their opinions and trying to bring it to the whole population, and they've been either psychically or different way attacked. So it's good really to bring the topic to talk about how to set up healthy boundaries. So first of all, when we feel our free will choice has been violated, so we kind of feel we've been manipulated to something, we've been kind of betrayed somehow, and we didn't have that freedom on free will choice to be able to decide freely, or somebody would force us to do something under the pressure. If you don't do this, this and this happens. If you don't do that, I will do this. So we kind of felt like blackmailed, or kind of like doing decisions under the pressure. So all these signs are the signs that we have to really set up healthy barriers. So if somebody is putting that pressure on us, or we feel our free will choice is violated, we basically educated and decent way explain that our position. We explain, okay, I disagree with this, and I just take in my right to decide freely, and I am deciding for this. I hope you understand it, and that's all. Okay. Sometimes it might be our relatives, friends, good friends, colleagues. They may not like it, but it's up to us. We have to really feel we need to be able to do that, so we protect ourselves, and that's also show our self-worth and self-love, that we are able to put that healthy boundaries to basically protect us, and show others also, here is the limit. You cannot cross that limit. You cannot go furthermore.
So if they're not going to be like forthcoming at the beginning with information, like somebody says, like the other day when somebody said to us they wanted us to do some energy work with them, but they didn't tell us what it was. I think we should be more firm and say, well, what kind of energy work, and we really need to know what we're doing.
Mhm. That's exactly the case. We've been manipulated, we haven't been told the truth, and we realized what we are basically doing too late. So that was total manipulation and totally didn't telling us the truth, and it was absolutely using our energies for something that we didn't even know what we were doing. And whatever the reason that person had, we have to be able to set up the healthy boundaries in that case and just say, look, we disagree with that. Our conditions are like this, like this. We work this way. We decide which case we take. We decide which case we don't take because there are different reasons for each case. Each case is different. And we have to be able to evaluate and look at the case individually, like if we take the case or not, because it's so individual. So we have to evaluate and go through it and see it properly before we decide, and we have to be able to decide freely, not under the manipulation and not under the pressure.
Yeah, that's good. I agree with that.
But also in any kind of violation of free will choice. You know what we are talking about it. If you don't do this, you cannot travel. If you don't do that, you cannot see your grandma. If you cannot do this, you're gonna be kicked out from your job. If you don't do that, it's all the blackmailing. Like if you don't do, is the pressure there? There's a huge pressure there. Anytime we feel that pressure, that our free will choice is violated because somebody's putting pressure on us, and we feel like we cannot decide freely in peace, and that we're gonna have some consequences of our choices because if we don't do that we're gonna be castigated, punished for something. That's the moment when we set up healthy barriers. And if it takes that we kind of we're gonna be punished, and I suggest, okay, if you look at it at the point of universal laws, universal justice, that's impossible. We're gonna be punished because you only can be punished when you really feel you deserve something. When you feel you don't deserve something, you just claim it to the universe and you say, I cannot be punished for something because that was done by manipulation or under the pressure, and I cannot be punished for that. So I claim my right to the universe. I claim it. When I claim it to the universe, I get it. Yeah, so there's also different type of cases and we know what we're talking about, or our friends as well. Our friends might be doing the same, little bit of blackmailing. If you don't do that, I do this, So no, you have to be able to set up healthy boundaries. Also, if we feel we are going on the low energy, like some other people around us might be energy vampires, we probably go to the detail in some other videos, but there are lots of people that are sucking out energy of other people. Yeah. So we feel somebody is taking our energy away. That we, for example, sitting in a meeting next to our friend, and in 10 minutes we got a headache and we go really low on the energy. Okay, so that person is taking our vital energy out of us for their benefit. So we go low on the energy. So in that case, we also say, sorry, I have to go home because of this and that. We interrupt the meeting, or we explain if we can be open and sincere. We explain to the person. In many cases, in cases of these energy vampires, we won't be able to explain because many of them are very sleepy and very low frequency people. That's why they pull out the energy from you, and that's why they can't really generate that energy on their own. So we just finish the meeting and we go and we regenerate, because we all have to be able to generate our own vital energy. Also, if we have got a toxic relationship, when we are kind of like in codependent with the partner. So there might be involved children or money or the material things. So we again feel like under the obligation, like I have to do this, I have to do that, and if I don't do that, and so it's kind of like we're getting into the circle where we feel like we cannot get out of it because we are obligated to do something again, and we don't feel the inner freedom. So it's again the inner freedom. We need to get that inner freedom. So of course we just have to separate from the toxic person, because that would cause us lots of harm on the long term run. Illnesses, uh, lack on the energy, and financial loss, and lots of other problems. So it's not gonna work. So in that case, we also have to be able to set up healthy boundaries, and the best also leave the partner. Also, we might be having a friends that they are jealous of us or envious, and that happened to me quite a lot. So they might be very nice friends. They might be very nice and good with a good heart, and we might have a really nice relationship. But we still feel these people are jealous of us, and they have got lots of envy, and that's why they might be giving us the wrong um, advices, maybe sometimes,
Yeah,
or
well, I've
just
noticed that recently. Though.
you notice that people around you would give you bad advices
That we've
just
been meeting are
because
getting jealous. They try to hide it.
usually people try to hide it because nobody comes and say, I'm jealous of this and that. So people usually hide it, but mm, you can find it out that these people are jealous because they are not really sincere with you.
Mm.
Or you can see it also on the face, you can see it also on the gesture, on the body language. You can see they're hiding something, or you can feel it inside you, like your intuition is telling you, like they're not really so much sincere with you. You can feel that energy all around, like they're not having the best intentions with you. They really don't want the best for you. They kind of want to mislead you, like lead you the other way. So yeah, there are people like that. So we have to realize it. Yes, this is what is going on. I don't have a good feeling about it. I think that the person is misleading me, is taking me the other way. It's not giving me a good advices. It's just jealous of me, want me to fail, want to me not to succeed, or want me to break up with my partner, or want me to whatever, because they do. Yeah. So, of course, we have to set up healthy boundaries there, because we as a light workers many times are so open hearted, so giving to the world, that we are a little bit naive, especially in my case, because I go like that. And then what I do, I receive the smacks many times. So we have to be able to be very clever, street smart, see it, and be able to do healthy boundaries, educated way, be able to, okay, set up the boundaries from here, and no compromise on that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, when people have got a big ego, I was talking about the big ego in the previous videos, and it's such a topic because yeah, it's kind of funny, the big ego, and we see it quite often. And the big ego does that really people not able to say sorry, or the people would be fighting a lot, fighting to death, just to prove that they were right, or they would be underestimating you and putting themselves up, so they're looking really, really good, but you're looking really, really bad in that situation. So they're up, like they are looking at you from above, and you're like if you were down, and they don't take you like you're on the same level. So that's all ego. So also in that case, you really have to set up the healthy boundaries, because if we don't, we basically agree on that output of that person and on that projection on us. So if we don't put that boundaries, we basically agree with it. So we just show it, no, I don't think you can go any further. Yeah, educated way. Always educated way. And the person will have to accept it, yeah, if you're educated. Also, yeah, as I said, if somebody is giving us bad advices, also like advices and influence. There are lots of people that they have got the very bad habits, low frequency habits, and they would like you to bring you and bring you and go with them to the low frequency, so they don't feel lonely. They are, for example, drinking, or they're taking
But I think
drugs.
that can also happen with people with big egos as well. They can do the same thing as well. They can give you bad advice because of their egos.
Yeah, that happen many times. They will give you bad advice because of the big ego. Yeah, but you have to be street smart and recognize it.
I'm just saying it's not just like low frequency people. You could get a high frequency person with a big ego that will give you big advice as well. Because of their ego.
If somebody has got a really big ego, I've seen these persons. Most of the persons are not high frequency with a big ego, and that's from my personal experience.
Okay.
Because the high frequency really is so much giving and so much accepting everybody as it is, because you feel love inside.
Yeah, well, that's me.
That's why you don't really feel like you have to be putting yourself above of anybody.
Yeah.
You feel enough love for yourself and for everybody.
That's just me being a bit naive. I'm expecting most people that are like that to be high frequency.
Yeah, we many times are naive as a light workers, because we feel that love inside, and we just want to spread it. We want everybody to be happy as we are happy. We want everybody to feel good. We want everybody to be okay. And many times we would be more thinking of others than of us. So we also have to learn, be able to give ourselves first what we need, and then also be able to help others. I think many of the light workers, they do have this. So yeah, you're right.
Okay.
But I was talking about the people that are really, really low frequency. The person that is addicted is possessed by the dark entities.
Yeah.
Always. The person for a long time is taking the drugs. Alcoholic, is always possessed by the dark entities.
Yeah, well, addiction takes a lot of forms, doesn't it? Gambling, drugs, alcohol.
Gambling, drugs, alcohol, yeah. They are dark entities, definitely. So we have to be able to set up healthy boundaries, because of course being surrounded by the dark entities, it's not really good, and we're gonna talk about it in another video. So we really have to protect ourselves as much as we can. There are tools how we can protect as much as we can, and it's our duty to do it. It's our responsibility for our energy field.
Good.
So that's all in this topic.